In the background is a Tektronix Type 547 oscilloscope. In the foreground, we have a Type CA plug-in unit and a Type 1A1 plug-in unit. The CA is primarily vacuum tubed, while the 1A1 is much newer, and it contains transistors with the exception of 2 vacuum tubes. In this short video, we'll take a look inside the Type 1A1 and a quick peek at the schematic. The 1A1 is a dual channel amplifier. Here's input 1, input 2. As you would expect, there's the AC/DC ground selector. From there, we have the volts per division. There's a pull to invert. You can have variable attenuation, although normally this would be just fully clockwise in the calibrate position. And there's also a position which would have moved the trace up and down on the oscilloscope. In the middle is the mode selector, which would allow us to view channel 1 or channel 2. The channels could be added. For example, you could add channel 1 and channel 2, or if you pulled this out, you could add channel 1 minus channel 2. Chop and alternate are two different ways of viewing two channels together. Alternate means that every other sweep it would shift between channels, whereas chop would bounce back and forth between the two. Chop is preferred for slow signals and alternate for fast. From underneath, we see the B and C connector, the input capacitor, selecting AC or DC, and then we have this switch deck, which moves as we change the volts per division. Actually, that's quite a contraption, because that switch, which starts here, extends here, and also extends out this way. So we see this section here, which is really interesting, only moves on the lowest voltage settings. This view gives us a sense of what went into making this instrument. First, you'll notice that it's got a copyright in 1967 from Tektronix. These transistors are actually mounted on sockets. I believe I can still remove one. You'll notice the legs are gold-plated. In fact, there's a lot of gold plating. I'm told that if it looks like gold, it is gold. I mentioned earlier that most of this unit was transistorized, except for 2 vacuum tubes. You're looking at one right here. It's called a Nuvistor. Let me see if I can get it out without breaking it. Here it is. It's an RCA Nuvistor with a date code of the 30th week of 1971. It is a type 7586 tube. This particular tube is a triode, so we would have 2 wire connections for the filament, one for the control grid, one for the cathode, and one for the plate. Let's take a quick look at the schematic. This is that B and C input connection, the AC coupling capacitor, and then the selector switch for AC, DC, or ground. Remember that almost all oscilloscopes have an AC-DC switch with this capacitor to block DC. I pointed out that there was a selector switch for the volts per division. This is part of it here. And then, if we follow this little line where it says mechanically coupled, we end up over here in this part as well. This is that RCA vacuum tube I pointed out. You'll notice that the control grid is tied to 11 volts. The input to this stage is on the base of the transistor, and then the transistor is connected to the tube from collector to emitter. The output is then taken here. This little amplifier is the last thing we'll look at today. You'll notice there's a differential input coming in on the previous stage. This is the channel normal or channel invert selector switch. And you see we just cross over. So what was connected to here is now connected to here. We briefly mentioned the variable volts per division, which is normally set in the cal position, which means that this switch here is closed. And then finally, we have these ganged potentiometers, which adjust the position so that we can move the signal up and down on the display. Please let me know if you found this video interesting. If it was, we can continue our exploration into the oscilloscope itself.